Well, all Israel's got to dwell confidently. And so we've got to watch what's going on there. I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, to them that dwell safely or confidently against the mountains of Israel. Now that's interesting. But let's look at Israel first of all. They have been inoculating at an incredible rate. In one day, they had 224,000 vaccinated. Think of Australia. When they want to, they really act, don't they? And the consequences of this, they are nearly all vaccinated. And as a result, an increased number of Jews worldwide are wishing to immigrate to Israel. Here's a couple. There we are. 2 Jewish immigrants in Israel from USA. Safer here than in USA. You can contract coronavirus. We're being looked after properly here. But that's how they see it. So here we can see people are finishing their Aliyah application to go to Israel. 8,000 Aliyah applications from North America were submitted in 2020. And they're reckoning it's going to jump by another 30% this year. Staggering. But now look what's going on in Israel. We've seen this. The war with Gaza lasted 11 days. Huge number of people lost their life. 12 Jews. 232 Palestinians did. The result was, certainly for a time, 65,000 Palestinians had to go to shelters. As 4,000 rockets were fired into Israel. Yes, most were intercepted if they're heading towards a city or anything like that by the Iron Dome. And then Israel reacted. Look, blitzed the buildings, destroyed them. Huge lot of damage was done. But then it closed. But just before it closed, notice this. Putin told Netanyahu Russia could declare war on Israel amid the Palestinian row. If you don't stop it soon, we'll invade. Look at the last heading. Russia warns Israel it won't tolerate more civilian casualties in the Gaza conflict. So things are looking serious. But what's happening now? Oh, there's a change of government. Netanyahu's gone. Here we are. And they've got a majority of 60 against 59 seats. And here is the new government being formed. Biden said the United States remain unwavering in its support of Israel's security as this forms. But it's a weak government, it seems. And so here are the men. There are the leaders of the various parties. 8 parties. Think of 8. They've got to all agree. Have joined together. Here's the man who will be the Prime Minister. There he is. And he has said this. Look at the bottom. If you want to say that our land does not belong to us, and he's talking about right through to the Jordan, I suggest you change the Bible first. What's he saying? He's saying we should control the West Bank. We should control the West Bank. You know, you could turn it up, but don't worry. I think everybody is staying wide awake, so that's all right. We know this quote fairly well. Ezekiel 37, verse 21 to 22 has 6 steps in it. Take the children of Israel from among the heathen, bring them into the land, establish a state. And then finally, one king shall be king to them all. Now look what happens just before. I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel. What's that? That's the West Bank. And so what are we hearing? Well, Israel is saying, the leader saying, I might take it. And now, only yesterday or today, the IDF strikes again the Gaza Strip. What happened? Well, the Hamas in the Gaza Strip didn't stop and have peace. They started launching balloons with bombs on them into Israel. And the result was at least 220 of them sparked fires in the crops in Israel. They had to send out their fire brigade to put them out. And then finally, Israel struck again into Gaza. We don't know if the Gaza war is open again. or going on again, but it certainly looks like it could do. Intriguing. What's going to happen? Well, certainly Mr. Bennett may feel that he's got to get rid of the Hamas and got to get rid of these terrorist group. Things may well change dramatically. And if it does, brethren and sisters, keep our bags mentally packed for the kingdom. We'll come back to Brother Thomas. You know, when the peace came in the Gaza Strip only a few days ago, Britain and America both said, we will enter into the Gaza Strip, we'll try and repair the place, help them, and militarily try and stop another war. Well, I wrote this down in my Bible way back, Bible I had when I was about 15 years of age onwards, an old Bible, and I wrote down what Brother Thomas said in Joel chapter 3. The power that comes into possession of Tyre and Zidon and the coast of Palestine, Gaza, with Edom, Moab and Ammon, Egypt and Ethiopia and Seba, is the latter-day antagonist of Gog. In other words, Britain and the Tarshian countries, he says, will affiliate themselves with them and try and bring peace. Well, we'll have to see. But that's how he saw that, and I wrote that down in my margin way back.